Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Shaun of the Dead. I'm coming at you real quick with another video. Um, I'm coming at you with a review for my Smith and Wesson M&P flashlight. I picked this up for a tactical flashlight. I wanted something that was durable, lightweight, something that I can utilize for mounting to a shotgun if I wanted to use it for home defense. It's something I can utilize in my EDC for everyday carry. Something that wasn't too heavy, but still durable, strong. Something I could strike somebody with and it would be okay. The positive side of the flashlight is it is pretty durable as far as the strength of the casing is concerned. It is pretty lightweight. It's it's the aluminum alloy. It does have strobe, which is the main reason I wanted it. Strobe works pretty well. And one of the downfalls is it comes with a clip on it, and when I went to pull the clip off the first day, it scratched the crap out of it. Character marks, whatever, and as you can see, I've had it for a while, so it's starting to wear around the edges, which is fine. It's a piece of equipment, so it's going to get wore out. That's just the way of it. Well, here's my issue: is I don't like the little clip thing. My other thing is it has a bright and a dim setting on the flashlight. Unfortunately, if I do this for 2 or 3 more times, the bright will become as dim as the dim, and then I'll hit the strobe, and the strobe is still as bright as the bright is supposed to be. I've changed the batteries out in it; it didn't make any difference. So I've had some issues with it as far as that's concerned. That the bright will lose its oomph even when the dim doesn't and the strobe doesn't. So there's something inherently wrong with it. I don't know if it's this specific flashlight, if I've got lemon, or if it's just this model in particular. It's a relatively expensive flashlight. I think they sell for 100, 150 bucks on different sites and stuff. I actually got lucky and found this one for like 75 bucks on Walmart.com, and I believe that was with free shipping. So actually, I lucked out in terms of price, but maybe that's why there's a problem with it. I don't know. I did pick up a secondary flashlight that I actually utilize, and oddly enough, even with the issues with that one, and by the way, that also takes 1, 2, 3 batteries, which are expensive and not as readily defined as others. So I wasn't quite as pleased with the 1, 2, 3 batteries as I'd hoped. The battery life is not as long as I'd like them to be. So all in all, it's I don't hate the flashlight, but it's not my favorite. I bought this. As you can see, it's also Smith and Wesson. It also has the same stupid freaking little clip on it. I hate these fracking clips. As you can see, they wrap around there on the edge really, really tight. If you go to try to remove these things, unless I guess you find a way to pry them off, then you scar the flashlight. You can't just remove them and put them back on at your whim without scarring your flashlight. But I did pick this up. This takes AA's. This takes 2 AA's. This is primarily why I picked it up. It was only like 30 bucks or so, 30, 35 bucks at Academy. It is a singular, light. It does not have any bright or dim settings. It is one brightness, no strobe. You push it on the back to make it work, or you can twist it and leave it on all the time. And this is, old batteries. I've had it forever. In my bug out bag, I actually have a solar power charging kit, and I have a set of AA's that are rechargeable, so I can actually recharge batteries on the go. So I kind of utilize this flashlight. I really like this flashlight. Same thing. It's light. It is durable. I feel like I could strike somebody with it. It's okay. It is a little smaller than its brother, but I believe it packs more oomph. Whenever this one was working properly, and this one, and I had them in comparison side by side for bright and bright. This one was almost as bright as the brightest setting on this one, and the dim setting was much, much dimmer. This is between the two. And then of course this one had the strobe option, but I mean I guess if I really wanted to do something stupid I could do that. Kind of a waste of time. I'll just pick up a tack light to take care of my my strobe needs. But all in all, this isn't as girthy either. I mean the front of the flashlight is about as girthy as the rear of the flashlight on this one. So it's a little bit smaller package, a little bit more compact, but it's much more versatile as far as that's concerned. I don't mind the clip so bad on the placement on this one as I did on that one. The other one was really, really horrible. This one's not so bad. Still, both of them are Cree LED. I like the Cree LED. It's starting to get some wear marks on it because this is my everyday carry flashlight. It stays on my bug out bag, my EDC. And like I said, I'll grab this and I'll throw it in my bug out bag. I've got space for it in there, and I can utilize those rechargeable batteries. So these are my Smith and Wesson flashlights. This is the M&P version, and I was very, very, very displeased with this one overall. Speaking how it's starting to lose its oomph within just a short amount of time. I would have suspected that it would have lasted longer coming from Smith and Wesson. But this one I'm actually really proud of. Like I said, I paid like half the price for this, or less, actually less than half the price for this than I did for this. And I found a far better bargain out of this. I picked it up at Academy. So if you're gonna pick up a little flashlight, you can go to Academy, and pick up yourself this little bitty Smith and Wesson. It's a good little flashlight. These batteries have been in there for, oh man, I'd say at least a year, and I use it regularly. I don't use it every day. We had an outage at work in my office. I turned it on, and I used it all, for a couple of hours straight, things like that. So I've used it several times. Other than that, to find stuff here and there, look around for things, and I use it frequently. And the batteries have been lost in a long time. They haven't just been sitting and draining over time, and it still works great. So I hope this was a helpful video. Hope this might help you with your particular flashlight needs. There's some other flashlights out there on the market that I'm starting to look into. I am going to pick up some other flashlights and add them to my gear as I go. But those are a couple that I happen to have on hand, and I know I haven't done a flashlight review before, so I thought I would go ahead and do one now. I do like the idea and the concept of having the strobe. I like to have the SOS flash. Would be kind of a nice little feature to have. You have to check on my buddy Grifter6. Yeah, he did a couple of videos. And he actually has a flashlight that has a couple of the features that I kind of like, but it was a little bit higher price flashlight, and I really didn't want to spend that much money on a flashlight. It was over $100 whenever I could pick one up for like $75 that had the features that I was really interested in, which was 2 settings of brightness and a strobe effect. And then I was disappointed with the outcome later, but I guess you get what you pay for. Was my thought, and then till I bought this little jewel for like $30. So I hope this was helpful. This is Shaun of the Dead saying thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe.